Hello, everyone. It's time once again for another edition of Twins Week in Baseball. This is my recap show where I recap the games you didn't see on YouTube. For this Twins Week in Baseball, we will cover 2 out of the 3 games against the Miami Marlins and 2 out of the 3 games against the Boston Red Sox. And we'll start with the first game that was played on June 7th, which was Game 57. This was Adam Conley against Pat Dean. And it was a close game early. The Marlins got out first in the second inning. Marcell Ozuna with a leadoff double. And 2 batters later, Chris Johnson doubles him home to make it 1-0 Miami. In the bottom half of the third, Kurt Suzuki with a leadoff double. Byron Buxton struck out, but then Eduardo Nunez moved him to third. And then Martin Prado with a rare error made one, and that scored Suzuki for an unearned run, and the game would be tied at 1. The game would remain tied at 1 until the top half of the sixth inning, when a leadoff walk by Ichiro, he moved a second on a weak ground ball to first base, and then came home on a Christian Yelich double. After Giancarlo Stanton struck out Marcell Ozuna with an RBI double, which made it 3-0. The Marlins would add more. Actually, the Twins would not score the rest of this game. Top half of the 8th inning, with a new pitcher in, leadoff single for Ichiro. He would go 2 for 4 with a walk on the day. Prado would strike out. Yelich would single to put runners on first and second. And then, actually, no, Ichiro would score on that single by Yelich after Ichiro stole second. My bad. Then after Yelich reached Giancarlo Stanton with the big blow, a 2-run homer, that made it 6-1. The Marlins would add a run on the 9th. Denny Echeverria with a 1-out triple scores when Yelich singled for his second RBI of the day. Conley gets the win. He went 6 innings. Dean gets the loss. He went 5 2/3. Byung Ho Park with the painful Advil of the day. 2 walks and a hit batter. He goes 0 for 1. It's about the only thing notable except for Suzuki scoring. However, thankfully, the next game would be a lot better. This is Game 58. This would have been Wei Yin Chen against Ricky Nolasco. This game was scoreless through 7.5. In fact, the Marlins they had a 1 double by Rojas here, but then 2 flyouts. Nolasco pretty much just kept the Marlins off base, which is kind of funny because he used to pitch for them. The Twins actually had their double play ball here. Nice run of strikeouts there. And then a leadoff double here, but no damage. However, the damage did come in the top half of the 8th. Chen started the inning. 1-out single by Suzuki. Buxton reached on a Bohr error. And then Eduardo Nunez puts on the knockout blow to Wei Yin Chen. A 3-run homer, his 9th of the year and 19th RBI. Made it 3-0. Nolasco would go the distance, giving up only 2 hits and striking out 2. Now, Game 59 was played on this channel. Watch it at your own risk. If you've already watched it, thank you very much for doing so. All right, so now we go to Game 60, which is the first of 3 games against the Boston Red Sox. This would have been Stephen Wright, the recently suspended Stephen Wright, I believe, and Pat Duffy. And the Red Sox get off the board very early. Mookie Betts finds a pitch he likes and smacks it over the left field wall for a home run. That made it 1-0, and that would be it for that inning. However, the Twins would come right back in the bottom half. Leadoff single by Nunez. He gets replaced when Mauer grounds into a fielder's choice. And then Trevor Plouffe says, I can hit home runs too. And he hits his 7th on the year. A 2-run homer. That puts the Twins up 2-1. However, the lead would not last very long. The top of the third, there goes that man again, Mookie Betts, a 2-out solo home run this time. That ties the game at 2. And then the Red Sox would add 3 runs in the top half of the fourth, all with 2 outs. Jackie Bradley Jr. with a walk. Travis Shaw puts runners on first and third with a single. And then Chris Young with an RBI single that just squeaked through the infield. And then Christian Vasquez with a 2-run double makes it 5-2. David Ortiz would hit a home run, solo home run with 2 outs in the fifth to make it 6-2. And you would have thought the Red Sox would have been cruising. But no, here come the fighting Twins. In the bottom half of the 6th inning, 1-out single by Kurt Suzuki. A triple by Byron Buxton scores Suzuki. That's Buxton's 9th RBI in the season. A sac fly by Eduardo Nunez brings Buxton in. That's his 20th RBI. And then Robbie Grossman follows with the knockout punch, I guess you could say, for Stephen Wright. A solo home run. That's Grossman's 3rd of the year and 9th RBI. That made it 6-5. However, the Twins would get no closer, and the Red Sox would score another run in the top half of the 7th against, looks like Taylor Rogers. Yep. Leadoff walk to Dustin Pedroia, fly out to center field, and then a double that scored Pedroia all the way from first by David Ortiz. That's his 2nd RBI of the game. That made it 7-5. Craig Kimbrell would come in and pitch a 1-2-3 ninth to give the Twins the lead. The Red Sox the lead for good. 7-5. Duffy would get the loss. He gives up 6 runs in 5 innings. All right, game 61, which was probably the best game of the series, was played on the channel. I would recommend you going to go see this. Yes, it's a 2-part video, but it is well worth your watch. And then we go to the final game. And yes, I had already played this in a previous replay, so I got to do this again. As many of you know, I did a Rick Porcello 2016 replay, and this was one of the games, and the result was not any different this time around. In fact, I think the Twins may have scored in that game. They did not in this one. The Red Sox essentially used the 2nd inning, and that would have been all they would have needed. Leadoff single by Ortiz. A walk to Chris Young puts runners on first and second. Then Josh Rutledge with a single loads the bases. And then Christian Vasquez with a 2-run single makes it 2-0. And then Mookie Betts with a 3-run homer, his 3rd or 4th home run of the series. He might have homered in the last game too. That made it 5-0. Hanley Ramirez gets plunked, moves the 3rd on a single and scores on a double play ball to make it 6-0. And then the final 2 runs come when Rutledge leads off the top half of the 6th with a double, moves to 3rd on a ground out, and then Dustin Pedroia with the 2-out single to make it 7-0. And then Xander Bogaerts with a double scores Pedroia all the way from first. Now Ortiz would single. However, when they sent Bogaerts home, he was thrown out of the plate for the 3rd out of the inning. And that's all. Porcello goes 8. He gave up 7 hits, didn't walk anybody, didn't give up a run, and struck out 10. Heath Hembree pitched the 9th to finish off the game. Pat Dean gets the loss. He gave up 9 hits, 6 runs in 5 innings. All right, everybody, that'll do it for this part of the replay. The Twins' record after this game is 24-38. And the next update will be there is a 3-game series against the Angels. I guess I might as well tell you when I'm doing games. I will be playing the full game on the channel of Game 3, which is Tyler Duffy against Hector Santiago. And then there is a 4-game series with the Yankees and the Twins. And since CC Sabathia is going to be calling it a career after the 2019 season, I will do game 66, which is the game after the last game of the Angel series. So I will be doing back-to-back games on the channel. It's CC Sabathia against Kyle Gibson. So just to kind of let you know, some upcoming things on the channel. All right, everybody, this is TribeFan879 saying thank you for watching this recap video for Twins Week in Baseball. And whatever game you are playing, may your dice be lively and your rolls be good. Thank you, everybody. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button.